Hi everyone, I'm Autumn Beckman and welcome to Vlogmas 2023, day 16. Today has not gone as planned. The plan was that I was going to take all the gifts that I've purchased for my Secret Santa recipient and for family members and spread them all out on the bed, which is the largest place that we have that's a flat surface elevated off the ground, and organize everything and then start wrapping so I could get things shipped out. Well, that didn't happen, and guess whose fault it was? It was all Paul's fault. He woke up sick, and so he stayed in bed all day, so I couldn't use the bed. So rude. Seriously though, he seems to be feeling a lot better than this morning, so that's good. He was having some dizziness and nausea and don't know what was going on, but he's reporting feeling mostly better at this point. I was also thinking, well, what else can I do since I can't do what I was supposed to be doing today? And I thought there are a couple of recipes I've been wanting to make, but then I couldn't do that either because of the way the apartment is set up. The kitchen is right by the bed, which is in the living room. If you know how our place is set up, it's like a studio apartment and we use the bedrooms as our offices. So I didn't want to be in the kitchen because I'd have the lights on, I'd be making noise, and I didn't want to bother him and wake him up, obviously. So instead, I've been in my room all day getting work done. I filled some new orders that came in. Mostly though, I've been doing bookkeeping. My finances have gotten more complicated since we moved up here because I have a few different accounts and money is spent here or deposited here and all kinds of things. They have to be classified in different categories. It's just gotten a little bit more complicated, so it takes a little more time to keep track of everything. I also got a chance to catch up on a couple of my other friends' Vlogmases, or if they're not doing Vlogmas, just videos that they're doing. And I saw Yota Styles' video today, I will link it below, where she and her husband Keith make a batch of chocolate chip cookies. So today's video, I'm gonna blame people all over the place here for today's video. There was Paul and now Yota. This video will be Yota's fault because I'm gonna make some chocolate chip cookies now. Roxy's head just popped up when I said the C word. So anyway, Yota and Keith made chocolate chip cookies and she made me want chocolate chip cookies, but I don't want to go to the store. I think I have all the ingredients. I found a recipe that uses brown sugar because I think we have brown sugar, but I don't think we have white sugar because we haven't restocked all the baking supplies since we moved. We're just kind of gradually doing it here and there if we need it. So I found a recipe where I think we have everything and we're gonna go do that now. Let's see how it turns out. Join me. The recipe I chose is called brown sugar chocolate chip cookies, and it's from a website called Dessert for Two, which I have never come across before, and my impression of this is that the recipes are all smaller portions for just two people. So that's handy when you're just two people. Now, despite that, we are people who like cookies, and I very, very rarely make them. This is the first time I'm making any since we've been here, so we are gonna double this recipe because it says it only makes like 10 cookies. Let's go over our ingredients. I'll give you what the recipe says and just know that we're doubling this. So 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature, half a cup of brown sugar packed. It calls for dark brown sugar, but we just have light brown, so I'll use that. 1 egg yolk, which I forgot to get out of the fridge. Hey bird. 3/4 teaspoon vanilla, 1 cup all-purpose flour. We have whole wheat, so that's what I'm going to use. 1/4 teaspoon fine sea salt, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, and it says 1/3 cup semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I'm also adding pecans because I always do. I will toast these before I put them in the cookies. First step is to preheat the oven to 375, which I've done. And then in this bowl, I'm supposed to add the butter and the brown sugar. Next, I beat this on medium speed until it's light and fluffy, about 1 minute. Next, it says to add the egg yolk. I think most of you watching probably know how to separate the egg yolk from the egg white, but for those of you who don't know, I will show you. It's always a good idea to crack your eggs in a separate bowl in case you get any eggshells. It's easier to fish them out here than in the big bowl with all the stuff you're already making. I learned that trick from my sister, who is a professional baker. So what you want to do is crack the egg, and then before you let it get out, you use your fingers to open up the shell. And you'll notice, if you're doing it well, that the yolk will stay in and the egg white will come out and separate. And then what you want to do is just keep moving that egg yolk back and forth a couple of times. And as you do that, the egg yolk will drip out of the eggshell a bit. Okay. I try to get that gloopy part off too. And I've got it pretty well there, so I'm going to add it in. There we go. I'm doubling the recipe, so I actually need 2 yolks. It's also time to add the vanilla. And then mix that up again on medium speed. Now it's time to add the dry ingredients. Here's my baking powder and my baking soda, my salt, and the flour. It does not say to add the flour gradually, so I put it all in, but I am going to go ahead and start really slowly with the mixer so that the flour doesn't fly everywhere. Hey, bird. Now I'll take this off because we don't need it anymore. And I'm adding 2/3 a cup of chocolate chips. And I toasted that entire package of nuts. What I did was just pop those in my toaster oven for a couple minutes. They're maybe a little over toasted, but I like them that way. And nothing beats the smell of toasted nuts, I tell you. Then just give that a stir to work the chocolate chips and the nuts into the batter. Now I see a mistake I've made. I should have let the toasted pecans cool off some before putting them in the batter because they have melted some of the tiny chocolate chips I was using. Now I have 2 baking sheets I've lined in a non-stick foil. I used to have the Silpat, like the silicone mats that went in the cookie sheets, and Yota uses those in her video, but I found them like impossible to clean. So if you have a tip on how to clean those, let me know. Now the original recipe was supposed to make 10 cookies, so this should make 20. I'm going to try to divide the batter in half, which is a little difficult to do because it's a pretty crumbly batter. Okay, I've laid out 10 here and I still have quite a bit of my half of the batter left. So clearly these cookies need to be bigger than I thought when I started. I've been making bigger and bigger cookie balls here. And by the way, I'm just using my hands to form these. These are pretty big cookie balls. They're about 1.5 inches across, maybe 2 inches. That is not explained in the recipe. So the first pan is done. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 9 to 10 minutes. Just took out this first batch of cookies. I'm not certain if they're done or not, but I cooked them 2 minutes longer than the recipe said. So we're gonna find out in a few minutes. They didn't shrink very much or flatten out very much. They're still big giant cookie balls. Maybe that's how we can tie traditional chocolate chip cookies into Vlogmas, that they're magical giant Vlogmas balls. Yeah, let's go with that. Paul, do you know what I've been up to?
I can smell what you've been up to.
Can you smell what it is?
It smells like chocolate chip cookies.
Whoa, you have a serious nose for chocolatey things.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, both batches are done now. This is a recipe I've never tried before. And I have already tried a cookie. Why don't you take one?
They almost look like muffins more than cookies.
I know. Ooh, look at the inside. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
It's taste tester time. What do we think?
Oh man, I've had a lot of chocolate chip cookies in my day.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the best.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's something this big. I'm expecting it to be hard and you don't have to crunch down on it.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know what the word is, tender. Lots of chocolate chips, very flavorful. You better watch out because they're going to be gone in no time.
Let's see this shirt you've got on. It's very Christmassy.
Well, you know, I do my best. I got the Christmas colors. That's the best I could do.
That's right. They're
Red,
little,
green, and white.
They're elves in green outfits, right, with red gloves.
Sure. I mean, how Christmas could you get?
Oh, you left half a cookie here. What were you thinking?
I don't know.
It's interesting that you said that you thought they were some of the best cookies, because I had them and I thought these are Definitely not the best cookies I've ever had. I changed 2 of the ingredients from the recipes. They're sweet cookies, but they could be a tad sweeter since they are cookies. And I think using the dark brown sugar instead of the light brown sugar probably would have helped with that. I used whole wheat flour instead of regular flour, and I think that really changes the taste.
You and I have different tastes in a lot of foods and drinks. So I'm not surprised that maybe I like something better than you do.
That's true.
And I guess some of it has to do with just the volume of this cookie. I mean, it's a big old fat cookie that I can kind of munch on for a while and not just be like a baron, you know.
You're not kidding me. We all know that's what you're going to do with it.
Well, when I'm off camera.
So now that Yota and I have both filmed a Vlogmas episode baking chocolate chip cookies, David of David's Closet, it's your turn. Game on. Hope you enjoyed that, and now it's Advent calendar time. Hello, Baron. Can I help you? On the spices calendar, day 16 is way back here behind our nutcracker. Toasted spices. What kind of spices? It says coriander, golden sesame, garlic, cumin, fenugreek. What is that? There's how it looks. Toasty. Paul's peppermint bark. I'm sure he's still feeling well enough for that. Day 16. Oh, Christmas tree. Olivier & Co. calendar, day 16. Mandarin olive oil. I'm gonna love that one. Yum, yum. And at the Biltmore, what kind of trouble do we have today? We've got the lady hiding behind the tree. What is she hiding from? Oh my gosh, am I seeing that correctly? Oh no. Yes, he lost his arm. The lion ate his arm. Oh no. Now Roxy's gonna eat all of him. Come here, lady. Baron. Good job, Bear. And let's see what's in door 16. By the way, 2/3 of the way through Vlogmas now. Look at that. What could be in here? A peanut. What a surprise. Hello, Vincent, our avian friend. There's your peanut. What a good bird. If you have a top secret chocolate chip cookie recipe, leave it in the comment section below, please, so we can try it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope to see you back here for tomorrow's day 17, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy Vlogmas.